Beverly Hills Hotel, California, June 18, 1971, Friday evening, 7 o'clock. The Crystal Ballroom, 200 guests. The annual California Medical Association Charity Gala. Physicians, surgeons, medical researchers. The tickets are $500 each. Dr. Robert Sterling is on stage, 42 years old, Beverly Hills plastic surgeon, 15 years in practice, board certified. Tonight he is the keynote speaker. His topic, dangerous pseudo-medical practices in alternative medicine. He has been speaking for 12 minutes. These so-called pressure point techniques, he says, are medically impossible. I have studied human anatomy for 20 years. The nervous system does not function the way these martial artists claim. As a licensed physician, I am telling you it is fraudulent. Bruce Lee is sitting at table 7, row 3, stage left. Dark suit, white shirt. Invited by James Coburn, seated beside him. Bruce has been listening to Sterling's speech without visible reaction. His expression is neutral, attentive. Sterling continues. I have seen demonstrations. I have watched these practitioners claim they can temporarily paralyze someone with a light touch. It defies everything we know about nerve function. It defies basic physiology. He pauses. If such techniques actually worked, we would use them in surgical procedures. We would teach them in medical school. We do not, because they do not work. The audience murmurs approval. Sterling has their full attention. Then Sterling sees Bruce. Recognition crosses his face. He knows who he is, knows what he teaches. Sterling makes a decision. In fact, he says, pointing toward table 7, Mr. Bruce Lee is here tonight. Perhaps he can help us understand these techniques. His tone is professional. Mr. Lee teaches martial arts, including these pressure point methods. I would be interested to see a demonstration. The room turns. 200 faces looking at table 7. James Coburn leans close. Whispers, "You don't have to do this." Bruce says quietly, "It's fine." Bruce stands, walks to the stage. The room is completely quiet. Sterling extends his hand. They shake. Sterling says into the microphone, "Mr. Lee, I have been explaining that pressure point techniques are not medically valid. Would you like to respond?" Bruce takes the microphone. Dr. Sterling is correct that Western medicine does not typically use these techniques in surgical applications. But that does not mean they are not physiologically valid. Different systems understand the body in different ways. Sterling smiles. With respect, the human nervous system is the human nervous system. There is one correct understanding, based on anatomy, based on research, based on evidence. He pauses. If you believe these techniques work, I would invite you to demonstrate on me, right here. The room shifts. This is no longer a speech. This is a challenge. Sterling continues, I am a licensed medical doctor. I understand exactly how the nervous system functions. If you can affect my nerve response with a simple touch, I will acknowledge it publicly, in front of 200 of my peers. He pauses. My medical license says these techniques are impossible. Prove me wrong. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video and comment. More true Bruce Lee stories are coming. Bruce looks at Sterling. You are sure about this? Sterling nods. I have never been more sure of anything. Bruce sets down the microphone. I will demonstrate on your right arm. I will apply pressure to 2 specific points. Your grip strength will be temporarily affected. The effect will last approximately 90 seconds. Then normal function will return. Sterling's smile widens. Theoretically impossible. But please, try. Bruce steps closer. Extend your right arm. Make a fist. Sterling extends his arm. His fist is tight. Bruce says, squeeze as hard as you can. Sterling squeezes. His knuckles go white. Bruce's left hand rises. 2 fingers. He places them on the inside of Sterling's wrist. Specific location. 3 inches below the wrist joint. Light pressure. 3 seconds. Then his right hand. 2 fingers. Different location. Outside of Sterling's forearm. Just below the elbow. Same light pressure. Same duration. He steps back. Open your hand, then try to make a fist again. Sterling opens his hand. He is still smiling. He looks at his hand. Starts to close it. The smile fades. His fingers are moving, but slowly. Wrong. The fist is forming, but the strength is not there. He squeezes harder, tries to force it. The fist closes, but it is weak. Compromised. Sterling looks at his hand. Opens it. Closes it. Opens it. The function is there, but the strength is diminished. Noticeably diminished. He looks at Bruce. The smile is gone. What did you do? Bruce says, I applied pressure to 2 points along the radial nerve pathway. Temporary disruption of the signal between the nerve and the muscle. The strength will return in approximately 1 minute. Sterling is staring at his own hand, opening and closing it. Testing. He is a surgeon. He has performed thousands of procedures. He knows anatomy. He knows nerve function. What just happened should not be possible. He looks at the audience. 200 physicians watching him, watching his hand fail to do what he instructed it to do. Then a voice from the audience. Table 12. A man stands, late 50s. Grey hair, Dr. Michael Chen, cardiologist, 25 years in practice. He says loudly, I need to examine that. That is not physiologically possible. Chen walks to the stage. Does not ask permission. Reaches Sterling. Robert, let me see your hand. Sterling extends his hand. Chen takes it, tests the grip strength. Asks Sterling to squeeze his fingers. Sterling squeezes. Chen's expression changes. He looks at Bruce. How long did you say this effect lasts? Bruce checks his watch. Approximately 30 more seconds. Chen waits, still holding Sterling's hand. The ballroom is completely silent. No one is eating. No one is speaking. 200 medical professionals watching 2 doctors examine a hand that should not be weak. 20 seconds pass. Sterling says, it's coming back. Chen tests again. Sterling squeezes, harder this time. Chen nods. Full strength restored. He releases Sterling's hand. Looks at Bruce. Do it again. I need to understand the mechanism. Bruce says, on Dr. Sterling, or on you. Chen does not hesitate. On me. Chen extends his right arm. Bruce repeats the process. Same 2 points. Same light pressure. Same duration. Chen opens and closes his hand, tests his grip. His face shows exactly what Sterling's face showed. Confusion. Professional confusion. The kind that comes from witnessing something that contradicts 25 years of medical training. A woman stands. Table 8. Dr. Sarah Martinez, neurologist. She says, may I ask a question? Bruce nods. You are claiming this is temporary nerve disruption through external pressure, but the points you are using are not standard nerve compression sites. How is the signal being interrupted? Bruce says, traditional Chinese medicine identifies these as meridian points. Western medicine does not recognize meridians, but the effect is observable regardless of the terminology. Martinez walks to the stage. She says to Chen, Michael, your grip strength was affected. Chen nods. Significantly, for approximately 60 seconds, then full recovery. She looks at Bruce. "I would like you to demonstrate on me, but I want to mark the exact points you use for documentation." Bruce says, "Of course." Martinez pulls a pen from her purse. Bruce places his fingers on her extended arm, marks the locations. 2 small dots. Then he applies pressure. Martinez tests her grip. Her professional composure slips. She looks at the marks on her arm, looks at Bruce, says quietly, "This should not work." Sterling is still on stage, standing silently, watching 3 colleagues experience exactly what he experienced. His medical license is not literally at risk, but his reputation is, his authority. He has just spent 12 minutes telling 200 physicians that these techniques are impossible, then had those techniques demonstrated on him, successfully, publicly, repeatedly. A man in the back row stands, Dr. Thomas Webb, orthopedic surgeon. He speaks from where he stands. "I have a question for Dr. Sterling." The room turns. "You stated definitively that these techniques are medically impossible. You staked your professional credibility on that statement. Do you still maintain that position?" Sterling's jaw tightens. The room is waiting. He looks at his hand, opens and closes it. Full function restored, but the memory of weakness is fresh. He looks at Bruce, then at the audience. "No, I do not maintain that position." Webb says, "Then what position do you maintain?" Sterling takes a breath. "I maintain that I do not understand the mechanism, but I cannot deny the observable effect. Mr. Lee demonstrated a reproducible result on 4 separate subjects. All of us experienced the same temporary loss of grip, strength. All of us recovered within the time frame he specified." He pauses. "As a physician, I am trained to follow evidence. The evidence does not support my previous statement." The room makes a sound, not quite approval, not quite shock, something between acknowledgement and uncertainty. Several doctors are writing notes. This was supposed to be a charity gala. It has become something else. Dr. Chen speaks again, still on stage. "Mr. Lee, I would like to invite you to present this technique to the neurology department at Cedars-Sinai. We need to study the mechanism." Bruce says, "I would be willing to participate in any legitimate research." Chen nods. "I will arrange it." Dr. Martinez adds, "The American Medical Association should be made aware of this. If there are valid pressure point techniques Western medicine has not explored, we have an obligation to investigate." Sterling is listening to his colleagues discuss research protocols, documentation methods. They have moved past his keynote speech. They are treating Bruce's demonstration as legitimate medical phenomenon. Sterling's entire presentation has been invalidated in approximately 8 minutes. The evening continues, but the energy has changed. During dinner, multiple physicians approach Bruce, ask questions, request demonstrations. Bruce declines most, says that what happened on stage was sufficient. Dr. Sterling leaves early. Before dessert, he shakes hands with colleagues on his way out. Professional, composed, but something in his face has changed. The confidence that carried him through his speech is absent. James Coburn drives Bruce home. Finally, Coburn says, "You just dismantled a prominent surgeon in front of his entire professional community." Bruce says, "I demonstrated a technique. He asked me to." Coburn says, "He asked you to prove him wrong." "You did." Bruce is quiet. Then he staked his credibility on a claim he had not tested. That was his mistake. The following week, Dr. Chen contacts Bruce, arranges a meeting at Cedars-Sinai. Neurologists, researchers. Chen wants to document the technique under controlled conditions. Bruce agrees. 3 days after the gala, Dr. Sterling submits his resignation from 2 of the 3 medical boards he serves on. His partners at his practice suggest it would be appropriate. His public error has become a professional liability. Sterling opens a second practice, a free clinic in East Los Angeles. Pro bono work. He begins studying traditional Chinese medicine, the things he once dismissed as fraudulent. Subscribe, enable notifications, like the video, and comment below which Bruce Lee moment surprised you most.